so they're pretty good. Like,
Hey, 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 welcome to the attic. I'm Manadad, walking on the treadmill. We've got Saga. I'm here with my brother, Brobi One Kenobi, Mythic Drafter. We've got a Saga that you're not a huge fan of. I mean, I think it's very good.
it's okay. Yeah.
Got this Morte, which
I
is in
actually
better
think red
colors.
black is an interesting archetype right now because the black being underdrafted.
I will turn off my video, though, because I've heard people don't like to see me sway back and forth. So that's fine. Just know I'm getting fit while I'm talking about the draft here. But yeah, this Morte has been pretty decent in those decks. I mean, there's also this Port of Carfell. Maybe we wheel that, and we're splashing blue or black or something. Splashing blue or red.
The port works on a blue splash. If you're
I
like
like the
red black main.
Mistwalker. I like the Carful. I think it's not terrible to be in black and maybe blue. Hope to wheel one of these things. Should keep that in mind. Blue stuff could wheel. And keeping that in mind, there's the Bergstrider. I would love to get this Sanctum to actually work. In a vacuum, I don't think this is the best of the Sagas, but I did go up against an opponent who was just looping it with Master Scald, which was pretty gross. Struggle for Skemfar might be the best of the commons here. Every green deck wants to play that. So those are both off color. Bergstrider versus Struggle for Skemfar. I guess on the idea that that first pack is probably going to wheel us something good that's blue, we can try for it. Well, and yet another Ascent of the Worthy. If we had taken that, we could be building around it. Also, Great Hall of Starnheim. Gonna be base black. Although you really kind of want to be base white with that.
It's not a bad land if you're gonna play the black white deck. I think that deck's okay. I think the black
Snow's already
red's
missing.
interesting.
We could take a Jarl.
Blue red's interesting. Like the Blitzky Massacre doesn't tie you down to black. The Jarl's there too. There's cards. Ascend of the Worthy would.
We already have
I hadn't
one
necessarily
giant.
contemplated it with.
We could try to go blue-red
Master Scald.
giants here. In this seat. See if blue-red giants is open.
You can
I
always
hate that. I mean, this isn't the most powerful Saga.
you can always let that Saga wheel and see if you pick it up later. But I don't think any of these,
I mean, I like the priest.
especially black's open. Yeah, I don't know.
There's
It's
priest
hard.
or the Jarl.
Hard to
Neither
figure
of them
out.
are berserkers, though, to go with our first pick. We're kind of moving away from our first pick. We've got Mistwalker. Search for Glory. This is one of my least favorite rares in the set, if not my least favorite. Just white has no reason to go into snow. Other than, I guess if you were like white-green or something, you could pick this up maybe.
It finds enough things, but
okay. But we could take the Mistwalker. That's also a giant. It looks like snow is getting cut already here.
Yeah.
So
my favorite card in the pack's the Battlefield Raptor, but you're not in either of those.
we're not near white yet. Have any pulls into white?
Your last deck wanted Battlefield Raptors. I didn't see any.
Yeah. The word might be out on Battlefield Raptor. Well, this is a zombie berserker. That's pretty good. Also got the Craven Hulk, which is a giant.
Giant.
Shepherd of the Cosmos is pretty good. Could loop the Invasion of the Giants. Could loop any of those lands if they come back, but we're not in white. So I don't think there's anything red here. There's nothing blue.
You don't have to tie yourself down to anything. You can take the best card here still. You're not.
You think
like,
I take the
4
Shepherd?
picks
Or?
in. You can. I'm just letting you know you can.
I think if we end up running Bloodsky Massacre, we'll wish we took this Kennel Master. I think you can essentially.
I think you'll have a chance to get another
Kennel Masters as you get. Okay, so again, white is looking more open. We got a big giant here.
Depart the Realm seems to be way more in right now because you can balance all the sagas and stuff with it.
That's true.
I
We've already
think it's.
got two
I think
sagas.
you already got 2 sagas. I think it's probably your best
I
card
wasn't I
here.
wasn't thinking about that, but you might be right. We're
It's in
probably
right now.
giving up
I've
on
been seeing a
white.
lot more around.
Okay, Trickster God's Heist is kind of
It's like a
on
crazy
theme,
saga
and
deck.
we're just kind of building a saga deck, I think.
You could trade. You could. Can you?
Try to be Rainbow Sagas. We'd love to get this
Trading that.
Snow Island actually for the Bergstrider.
That's interesting. I think you can take the Snow Island. Maybe Trickster God Heist is. It was rating well in 17 lands, right?
Yeah, I think so. You do kind of, it is kind of a build around, but getting it in the first pack means we can kind of draft towards it and get some of those like Elderfang Disciples or things.
Yeah. That's true.
I think we might not see the Snow Island. Well, we'll see.
Raise the Dragger is always interesting too if you're going to be in this black.
Yeah, there's a Gold Vein pick.
That's pretty strong.
Way down might be good for us.
Pick's
Draugr
pretty
Recruiter.
strong to get in the spot right here with 3 colors. The
Okay, here's the Reanimator land. That's good.
Huge. It's a nice wheel.
Or take another
Shore and Carfell too.
or
I like the
Kennelmaster.
Reanimator land in your deck where you're going. You might have some bombs here by the end too. Might end up
That with if we could get Cinderheart Giants and like some of those mill creatures, that could be good.
I got beat by that last night or yesterday. Maybe it was 2 days ago. You used that on
Well, here's a scent of the Worthy Wield. How all in are we on
Sagas.
Sagas?
Boy,
We beat Rainbow Sagas.
Is that better than your pup now that you have a pick?
I don't think this is a aggro deck.
Oh, you have a pup and a pick here. It seems. We came back.
So yeah, we can
So-
really double up on those.
Sure, braggart.
Now open the Omen Paths actually seems interesting, right? Because it'll let us cast Sagas.
Does it let you cast Sagas?
Yeah, enchantment spells.
I think that plow is still pretty high upside in pack 1.
Okay, well I took it. At that.
You'll get another open the Omen pass if you want to play.
We could take Iron Verdict since we might go white now.
Oh, I think Agumob's just better beefer.
We got these 2 5-drops.
Okay, there's your Cinder.
We got beefers for days here. Okay, Burning Rune Demon. Yes, please.
Pretty sick.
6/6 flyer. Nabs you a card.
And it's a Berserker.
Nabs you your second best card. Go Berserker. There's Elderfang Disciple. We can hope that wheels. And Coma's Faithful would be good
People
for
don't want
us.
to play black. People aren't playing black right now. That's what it seems like.
We're looking at being a rainbow deck without green, which is tricky.
You need another pick and
We need picks in some of those
some evasive.
the
creatures.
ice manoliths. What are they called? The replicating rings.
Yeah. I think you take Avalanche Caller. You need to get a couple more snow lands, however.
We need to go hard on snow then.
You don't need to go hard on snow. Remember, you said that. You only need
You need a couple.
appropriate amount of slow.
Well, just
You
because
notice
we know
the
somebody
pick
else
well
is in
enough?
snow. I guess now
Yeah.
the lands are starting to wheel, but
Well,
maybe
what
from
would
this
you
direction they're
take
more
here?
open. Squash, I
Become a
guess, for the giant
faithful?
deck. What do you do? The
Squash,
Kin
yeah,
Seekers.
you could take the squash or the collar.
I think the collar
I
is
think
the
that's
highest
appropriate.
upside. We are kind of getting divided. Now we have a pick. We have another snow land. We have 3 seasons. Might wheel actually.
You wouldn't want 3 seasons. I don't think you're playing Rainbow.
We want stuff in our graveyard. This land, if we.
Well, you still, yeah. Yes and yes, but you still need to get your
What's our
fixing
base
in
lands? I
order.
guess blue,
You need to get some more snow.
blue, black are our base. We
you'd
don't know
almost
if
wanna
we're
be
playing
base
red
green.
at this point.
Once you get this pick on board, you can just kind of prioritize getting a little bit
We
The
need some
Seize the
smaller
Spoils is an
creatures.
interesting card, like the red cards that fix, like you explained, like you can play your sagas off of these derpy red cards that will be given to you.
The ice tunnel.
Yeah, so I think you're blue, black, red, splash for white, and you're gonna prioritize these snow duels. That
Definitely
priests.
splashing for white. Let's see. I guess if we get Master Scalds, we're going to pick those up, right? Because we got a lot of value off our enchantments.
The Seize the Spoil is actually gonna be a card you would at least maybe want to run one of.
Maybe. I'm not a fan of this card.
Just that treasure. It's just
That
better than
treasure
you know.
makes it
Yeah.
pretty good. We can take another Bergstrider. Way down. Mirror Lake has been pretty good, but that's double green, so that's not really.
I think you can take a
Right.
Bergstrider and just assume that you're gonna get a few more snows.
We also, if we're in the Reanimator deck, that
That's just
Return
that
Upon the
you would
Tide
that
is
your
not.
ascents. I think you would rather splash for those ascents and right those reanimate with a +1/+1 counter,
Yeah,
or no, just a flying counter.
flying counter, which is good. True.
Those are, I mean, and
Disdainful Stroke.
do you think that Draugr Recruiter is would be good in your deck? Because I think it might be okay.
It would be okay. I mean, if we're on the Reanimator plan, we need to get some more stuff for early
Let's
drops.
get some lower drop stuff. I don't know about. I think Disdainful Stroke plays all right because of all those pack mates.
Checkmates and Ravens. Inga Rune Eyes works pretty well for us.
Yeah, it's fine.
We could also splash Nico Defies Destiny, although I don't. Do we have a single?
Igna's a giant wizard.
Inga's a human wizard. It works with Agar if we were to pick up an Agar. Definitely between the Blood Sky Massacre and other stuff, we wouldn't mind picking up more. The blue changelings.
Get rid of the Colossal Pile. You're really not going to be playing it.
Or an Effigy.
Get your way down here for your Vault Robber, maybe even better. Just on the treasure plan. This
We don't want to
gonna
exactly be exiling from our graveyard, though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The Run Ashore might be all right. We need
Yeah,
to be.
actually, Run Ashore is pretty good.
We need to be able to get. We need to be able to get to it, though. Oh, Coma's Faithful, though. However, there was a deck that wanted Coma's Faithful.
This is it.
Versus the Kinseekers, though, which goes with about everything.
Oh, it just the Kins. I think you can take the Faithful.
Okay. Guess it is an earlier drop.
You want the
And here's a way down or squash. Actually, I think we do squash, even though we didn't.
So like the Coma works with the way downs, the squash works with the giants. Like it's kind of like tit for tat.
Full raid, maybe. This is a real interesting build here.
Yeah, I mean, I think your deck wants to seize the spoils.
So this is the one deck you run strategic planning, right? Because you put the rest into your graveyard.
Yeah, you can run it. Same thing with seize the spoils. You just don't. You're just missing out. You can dump a card with it.
That's right. We can dump a creature with it. Okay, I'm taking seize the spoils. I'm thinking red is our splash color, but nobody wants these infernal pets. Take the open paths.
See, that seems like a worse seize the spoils to me.
Draugr Recruiter. Yeah. Any of those as we want. Well, okay, we open on color rare. We did it. So that's better than the Mistwalker, really.
That allows you to bring whatever to the top, huh? That's pretty sweet.
take a look at this deck. What do we actually want? So we want way more snow for the Avalanche Caller and the two
If you don't get there, you
Bergstriders.
don't get there. Like
Well,
Avalanche
the
Caller is still one.
Bergstriders can still
He's
run, but
still you still want the Berkshires, but
the
you
Avalanche
still
Caller,
want
no.
like
We need
the
some
Avalanche.
small creatures to trade off, though.
Yeah, yeah, the Avalanche Caller is still 1/3 that like the opponent wants to use removal on. So him and of itself, like he still makes the deck even if he didn't get there. I think.
Tibalt's Trickery. There's another big, giant stomper. Or Immersturm Raiders are pretty good trade outs. We might wheel this giant. I don't know.
I think you'll wheel the Raider if you were gonna wheel something.
Okay.
So
All right.
I think you take the giant, but I can see your point with the pitching cards with the Raider.
There's the Snowland that's kind of on. If there's anything.
Well, if you're splashing white, it's fine. Yeah.
Or we could take a squash.
You need the Snowlands.
How many
right
giants
now,
do
I
we have
think.
at this point? We've got 4 giants and 1 shapeshifter.
If you expect to play the Ascent of the Worthies, you would be playing that Snowland.
Yeah, we'll be playing the Snowland.
One.
We were just saying we wanted more snow.
If you're not, then you would rather have the Squash.
I think we want some of those like berserkers that are like just 2-drop 2/2s. Fearless Liberator could work.
He's a fine 2-drop.
Well, there's our Master Scald. Actually, we want Master Scald. Can't risk Master Scald going by.
Yeah, because you can kind of just pitch him and then wait for
We
Ascent
got
of the Worthy to come
1,
in
2, 3, 4, 5
if you draw him.
Sagas right now.
Yeah, you really kind of want to build around this pitch card theme, I guess. The Valkyrie is the Berserker is what you're highlighting. You want?
Yeah, we're saying we want a Berserker. It's hard to pass that with the Giant's Amulet, but
Giant's Amulet is the better card, yeah.
or the Immersturm Raider causes you to discard. Maybe we do want the Immersturm Raider over these Berserkers. Are we enough red now? That like blue is our splash, or
Oh, I don't know.
also just take a Snow Plains just
the deck.
to.
The second depart really plays hard on these Sagas.
We need creatures. We need early creatures.
Your hammer.
We love that hammer.
The hammer's a good card. It's just better than a lot of your back end beef.
Our early creatures now are blue and red. Blue, black, colorless. We did get 1 score now. That's.
I haven't seen anybody playing this Scorn FNG really recently. Like
Yeah, because nobody wants to play the double spell deck, which is where it's best. I just take a red small creature. Kind of aggro. I could take the Carful Harbinger.
Yeah, I mean, he can.
Fortunately, it only works if it was also added mana for enchantments. That would be better. Trying to build a rainbow deck. Here's another Master Scald.
So the Village Rites is always interesting too.
I don't think we have enough creatures. So Brine Barrow is going to be great, right? So hopefully, I don't know if this pack is going to wheel to us, but a Brine Barrow would be good, right? Because that's the kind of creature you just either target with the Ascent of the Worthy or give away with
right. Yeah, the Brine Barrow. God. You have 1 Master Scald.
Oh, a Mistwalker this late. Hard to pass that snow-covered swamp, but we got to take the Mistwalker. And I could do another Immersturm Raider. I think red is looking like our splash color, though. Red, white splashes.
I think you could. I think you can splash like black. I believe blue, red, and splash black.
Splash black. Good.
Mm-hmm. You can get rid of the Coma's Faithful. I don't think you're on that plan. You don't need that though.
Don't need that. Question is how reliable we're going to be on reanimating. I'll just put it. Okay, so we could get a pop, or we could get Dwarven Reinforcements. Or the Liberators.
Oh, you take the Liberator. The Runashore is actually really good in your deck too.
Oh.
It's a pup. You have that giant ox for your plow.
Alright, this is a really interesting deck here. So
Did not get there on Snowlands.
did not get there with the Avalanche Collar. Lose that.
Same thing with the Berg Striders are real suspect.
I mean,
5 mana for a 4/4.
we got two Snowlands.
Yeah,
that's not terrible.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
and plus we have giant synergies, right? So the Squash, the Invasion of the Giants.
All right, you're 4 colors right now.
Yes, but I think all our early drops are either red or blue, except for these 2 creatures.
Okay, so because you have the
Almost
double
Faithful
pick,
plays with
you can. And then the 1 white duel, you run no planes, right? You don't have to run any planes.
I think we can open the Omen Paths.
You
Maybe we try one of them.
No,
it's like 2 for 1ing yourself.
It's not a good deal for you. Just leave the Seas if you want to keep one of those in. So I don't
like a
think
2-drop.
You're running the Coma's Faithful because you're not.
But we want to mill some of our big drops, right?
You do, but you're pitching them with the Raider if you kind of have them in hand.
That's true. Keep that. You know, I guess we're at 20 creatures, so we can.
Because you have 3 pitchers with 2 Raiders and a Seize the Spoils.
And the Dragger Recruiter.
You can get rid of the Dragger Recruiter. You have enough return stuff with the 2 Ascent of the Worthies. You think? Or you can keep the Dragger Recruiter maybe. Keep Burning Wind Demon. You just don't want to the Carfel's not good. That good. Master Solid seems like a fairly good combo, but you're running white just for it. So I'm not sure.
Well, but and the Ascent of the Worthy Master Scald.
Right, so you're running white for that combo.
Yes, and we could probably go down a plains.
You don't need any plains. You have 2 picks.
We have the Sinkhole and the 2 picks. You think that's enough to get Ascent of the Worthy?
I think
I guess if we're running Seize the Spoils, I would love to cut Seize the Spoils.
You have to have double black to get to the Burning Wind Demon. You're going to keep Seize the Spoils. You have to.
Well, other than the reanimation possibility, but yeah.
Seize the Spoils is better than.
You need double black for Port of Carfell too.
Better than Scorn Effigy for sure.
We also have 2 lands that provide black, so we can.
You don't need the double Titan Giant combo at the end with the Burning Room Demon and the Master Scalds and the Dwarven Hammer. Your beef is too big, so you got to cut some of that because you're just going to wind up with. I know. Your game plan is you're going to have hands that are pretty beefy and you're going to pitch them, but you got to try and get to white mana to pull any of that off.
1 more land. Got a lot of cuts to make.
Yeah, still got a lot. It's hard when you're running 4 colors like this.
Maybe we do cut Burning Rune.
Well, no, because
you have double black.
Well, you have the Ice Tunnel, the Sinkhole, the Swamp, the Treasures are. If you're counting on the Treasures, are what you have to live and die on the Treasures. You got a bunch of cuts that you can make here that are not towards that. So you'd cut the Scorn Effigy, the Carfell, the Disdainful Stroke.
Go down to 1 Berg Strider maybe.
And
maybe 1 Master Scald?
1 Master Scald, yeah.
We could see which one performs as we play.
And I think you can cut your deck just doesn't really feel like it's going to Doomscar Titan with a wide board. So I'd say that it's probably worse than the Cinderheart Giant.
Maybe the pup is not great.
Well, what carries your picks better? And you're going to be a blue-red aggro base.
It's not aggro for sure.
Well, it's not aggro, but you have to have something carry picks.
Right, so we have the Raiders, the Liberator, the Effigy, 2 Mistwalkers.
The Mistwalkers are fine. The Effigy's more of like a defensive, like trying to store aggro's how I would see that. It's not. I don't see it as a great. A 3/4 with a pick. The first strike, the fact when that pup gets a pick on it and it threatens to 4 first strike on an attack, it just gets in so easy. That's why the pup seems to really minds you. Like a pup with a pick can really just like mind you the treasures you want to win a game. So it looks like to me you have like this blue-red base here, and your black is the color that you want to get access to, and you kind of live and
I think we just need to
the,
cut some of these stompers.
So
the Cinderheart Giant and got 1 Bergstrider.
Well, I thought the Cinderheart was better than the Doomscar. And the reason being is because you're going to reanimate it, and you're not a wide deck. And so because of that, like you're going to try and you don't really care about the Doomscar costs more. You just rather have a 7/6 flying trample reanimated off the.
Guess we could lose Disdainful Stroke.
I don't think the Bergstrider you got there with it. I think it's a bad card for this deck.
Well, I'm down to 1. I think it's a good card in this deck, honestly. I mean, we have 2 snow lands, so some portion of the time we play it from hand.
You have a 1 in you know.
It's very good to reanimate.
50% of the time, you would be able to use the Bergstrider's ability, likely. That's how I see it.
Yeah, but still, 4/4 for 5 baseline is still good.
That's below.
And Giant turns on our squash. Invasion of the Giant. Sometimes we're going to be able to cast it cheap off Invasion of the Giants.
Yeah, and that makes sense, but it's below rate if it doesn't frost anything down. If you ask me, and because of that, it's like can be cut. It's not necessary for this deck. It doesn't have any.
How many Berserkers do we have? Maybe we just cut Blood Sky Massacre. We got 6 Berserkers though. That's pretty good. These are Berserkers. Those are Berserkers.
The Effigy's weak.
That's a Berserker.
I don't think it's special.
Well, in a 3-color deck, I mean, we just have to get to the late game, right? If we can get to the late game, we're in good shape.
Yeah, definitely. So you have 2 cuts.
Gets us to the late game. We still have 2 cuts. We actually have 3 cuts. Is it
out of lane back in? Are you lane short? You could cut the Fearless Liberator. I mean, it's like a plus creature, but you'd rather have those Raiders.
What does it do this? How do I get out of this? I got stuck in this before.
I don't know.
Have sleeves. I don't like to put on.
Hit done.
Well, how did I know that was the different done? Show me the stats.
You got to click on the stat bar, right?
I was clicking on the stat bar.
Not the box. You click on the bar where it has the stats.
Clicking on that. All right. We got 13 creatures, 17 lands. Yeah, we got. What are the spells we would cut here? This makes a creature at least. This will exchange a creature. We won't be up a creature, but we.
What are the non-basic, non-creature permanent types that you would be trading? The Saga for another enchantment or another Saga?
I guess. You almost never use that part of
the treasure for an artifact, right? That's the big one.
You could do a treasure for an artifact or scorn effigy for an artifact. I guess it would have to be non-creature. I guess if they had something way better than a pick, you could trade that out, or better than a hammer for something. Maybe we can lose the hammer. I kind of like the hammer though. Hammer has been good for me.
The hammer is one of your. It doesn't reanimate, but it's one of your beefers. That just It's the Liberator or the Effigy probably on that spot, I think. You have no double spell synergy. The Effigy has, other than just being an artifact creature.
I cut the pup first.
Boy, that's
Probably want to
a...
cut something from the top end here, so...
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, Bergstrider, Effigy would be the two that I would cut. But
Inga can also be bad. I could cut Invasion of the Giants, I guess.
I don't know. Scrying 2, drawing a card, dealing 2 damage. Making one of those big giants like the 7/6 cost less.
It's
I
our
don't think it
weakest. I think
has...
it's our weakest of the sagas here.
It's on color. It's
Yeah,
definitely not
it's
your
the only
weakest.
one that's on color. That's true.
It's like definitely not your weakest saga. Your weakest saga is the Ascent of the Worthy, but you've made the
We
deck
built a
kind of
deck
around
around
that.
those, yeah.
Right. And so I think like you don't have to cut it. I think the deck's strong with like how the Raiders are gonna pitch stuff, the Seas, but I think you do want creatures that can get through with the picks to try and get your, all your color
Maybe we
access.
can run it at
So
41
you can run it at 41, with
with
an
2
extra creature because
picks.
the picks are ramp. And
We'll see.
when I first started out, when I was doing really well too in those early days, I was running all sorts of non-40 card decks, right? Like I was running 41s and 42s all the time, and I did that early in when I played Magic Online. I had good success running more than 40 cards, but
All right, well, we can get Invasion of the Giants on curve here.
yeah, and you can pop
And
it
seize
with
the
the
spoils.
Mistwalker
We
the
don't have
following
anything to
turn.
do with
Yeah,
seize the
like
spoils,
and
but
play that miss. We don't have to. You play the.
hope our opponents are slow, because I think maybe these Mistwalkers will help us not get run over. We'll see. Try to. Ascent of the Worthy.
You're gonna have a treasure, so you can pitch something with the seize the spoils. So I think the ascent you keep. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hopefully you get a big beefer after this, like that you can pitch with that seize.
Oh, well, we actually don't have black either, so these ascents are very hard to
They are kind of hard to cast.
hard to cast. Reveal a giant, yes. Damage, please.
I mean,
I could just get down the effigy because the Mistwalker
I
is going to
think
be 2 less to cast next turn.
you can do that if you want.
I know you just
Better
want to
deck.
discard the effigy, but there's nothing on board yet.
No, I didn't want to discard the. I wouldn't have
up against another giant deck here. Looks like
You could have bounced the
we still can bounce this.
Invasion of the Giants. Yeah, you can. I guess you have to go full control, right? You can bounce and replay it.
Yeah,
all in the same turn.
That's true. They're seizing this. He discarded a land.
So when you go full control, when it hits its ability up, you bounce it.
Let's
You're in
see.
full control. Okay.
Or does it just destroyed after
Well,
the third?
once that thing goes on the stack, can't you bounce it? That's my thing.
Let's find out. Go to main. No, can't.
No chance.
Wasn't I in full control? Maybe I wasn't.
Because you lost full control there? Maybe you had to set a stop on the main.
We seized the spoils as well.
Just attacking, yeah. I mean, I guess he does.
They're all tapped out. I guess not have a treasure. We can play Blood Sky Massacre off the treasure. We may actually want to run some number of swamps in our deck.
Yeah.
Bergstrider, and they got snow. Stepping down the Mistwalker. We can get this down and then bounce their
Foretell.
Bergstrider.
Yeah, he'll replay the Bergstrider, right? So you don't necessarily want to.
Yeah, we'll bounce it. Yes.
So bounce it at the end of his turn.
Foretell this for now.
No, you don't foretell it because it's not below a rate, so you can just use it on the end of his turn. There's no point in foretelling it if you're going to use it on the end of his turn. You can't do that. I just don't know if you want to give him the Bergstrider back. He might just attack in on you here.
Wow, they really want to squash that Mistwalker.
You can put it back in your hand if you want to save it.
Can. But then I'm not going to get the value out of this thing anyway, so. One is clearly running a giant squash deck. That won't be the last squash we see.
Right.
Digging for a Frostbite. This Frostbite doesn't kill because they... Oh, well, actually, they have 3 snow permanents.
Land. Is it permanent or land? See if you can tap.
Black mana.
Alright, so I think you can pitch the Cinderheart, right?
I think I pinch Ascend the Worthy, right? Because we're nowhere near casting it.
I guess you don't have a treasure anymore.
Where there's the Cinderheart Giant, we need 2 more mana to cast.
Yeah, okay, sure.
I mean...
Yeah, that makes sense. You had another Ascent. You don't have it. You don't have mana. That makes it sounds like the best play to me.
We get Master Scald, we can bring it back. Oh, another Cinder... So now we could pitch the Cinderheart Giant and just be crazy wide on them. Oh, actually, we're gonna get red for each Berserker next turn. We have 2 Berserkers, so we should be able to cast Cinderheart. I guess we have to worry about them removing a Berserker. I don't think it's worth pitching the hammer.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth pitching the hammer now. Because you can play the hammer.
Actually, I could have just played that and not pitched anything.
No value.
I'm an idiot.
Right. Yeah. I didn't think it did bad.
Dumb. Okay. Oh, they didn't use their snow. Or they did. Okay. Next.
Yeah, that guy's got Menace, the 2/3.
That's why they tapped it.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Saved himself 2 damage. See, Bergstrider.deck, I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, when you get the snow,
look, if we draw our Bergstrider,
you're playing giants like that. So don't play it. The land, you're gonna pitch it.
Well, I think I'm gonna play this and equip it.
Right. You're gonna play that and make a creature.
I could have.
And no, I think you still want to just like sandbag Raider here, and you're not attacking through.
Opponent's got all the cards in the world in their hand.
Okay, you got some removal there. I think you could move the hammer over to the 2/3 Menace. Or maybe not.
Good.
Double block doesn't make any sense.
They'll double block and they'll trade the 2/3 Menace for a Bergstrider, but that's
put it on the.
We'll put it on something else. I mean, you can put it on the Scorn Effigy. It's the same. It's the same deal. So put it on the Raider.
The 2/1 right now takes out a Strider.
Oh,
that's pretty sick. Take out a Strider.
See, they probably have counter spells, huh?
Oh, figure it out.
Guess we'll find out.
I got some pretty good attacks with the 2/3 and the 7/6.
And the 5/1.
And a 5/1.
Could flash in a Brine Barrow, I guess.
He might have been able just to swing all here because of the amount of damage he has to block. In hindsight, that's
we have lethal. Well, we just don't know what they have in their hand. I mean, 6 cards and all that mana.
He has to block
6 cards.
whatever.
Are they going to flash in, I guess, that 5/6 giant maybe? They're just all in on giants. Why do you hold up 6 mana? They're not holding up double blue. They don't have the double bounce spell this turn.
That might have been their weak point. They don't have it. They
had squash. That's going to kill their Berg Strider.
That's going to kill the Berg Strider.
Huh. Guess they decided that was less damage.
That attack was basically lethal with everyone. Almost, but...
Not quite enough mana. What does opponent have in their 5 cards? Nothing. Ooh. Okay.
They just drew a bunch of cards sometimes when you draw all those cards and stuff. Or
let's take another look at this deck here.
Need more swamp.
One more swamp, maybe.
One more swamp. You don't need the white land per se. Still, you're running on treasures for white in the duel.
Treasures in the duel for the white. I think these raiders are actually pretty good for us.
Yeah, all the pitch stuff is where you want to be.
The Depart the Realm trick didn't work.
That wasn't Depart the Realm's fault. So you have plenty of targets for Depart the Realm. Like, you could have saved a creature. You can Trickster's God Heist over. You can Ascent over. You can...
This can also search for lands for us.
I mean, doesn't the Saga trigger and then it's destroyed? Or is it destroyed in the trigger? Because, like...
I think it's destroyed when the next spell is added, because for Theros Beyond Death, they had a bunch of sagas that had like a 4th step that wasn't very... Sacrifice after 3. Say after 3. Maybe I just wasn't holding full control. Maybe I didn't play that right.
Okay, so I'm reading, currently Arena doesn't consistently give you priority to respond to Saga chapter triggers in particular, because a trigger immediately after you draw. This robs you the chance to use your drawn card to interact. It's particularly painful in any deck with a bouncing effect that might want to bounce the Saga to hand in replay. I lost a game recently due to this bug. I drew Depart the Realm on turn Saga. The final chapter went off. I didn't have a chance to set a stop and bounce it. Saga.
Does it say it works if you do hold full control?
Oh, here.
So I think I had taken off full control.
Cast the Saga have an instant speed to Depart Realm.
Huh. Not have main color. Oh, it's already taken 1 mulligan. Let's also take a mulligan. Go. Much better hand. I wish we had that looting. I think the pick on the Liberator, though, could be pretty good. Depending on how fast to start Vex gets off to. That green. In Search of Greatness. I too have played that card. Hmm. So we've already got our splash color here. We would like to ramp to Bergstrider. Is that worth the 2 damage getting lost? Maybe. Extra damage and Bergstrider turn early. Try it. Almost faithful. Okay. Good bounce, get in for another 3. That might be good considering they have out the In Search of Greatness, so they might be using that to ramp to stuff. We don't actually mind trading with that Coma's Faithful, probably. At this point. Garud Eyes is interesting. We attack... Yeah. Oh no, we'd have to connect with the 2/1 dwarf. Means we'd have to move that over. Well, let's just all attack and see what happens. They might not want to trade their Coma here. They don't. Okay. I suspected they have a 4-drop. They're hoping to play. So we can post. Inga. Now if we draw a white card off the top here, we're gonna wish the case, but okay. I actually want to try to get these going. Just scry for something else on board. Oh, we'll try it. We're playing the double Ascent of the Worthy deck for a reason, right? My oldest daughter behind me watching some library story time. All right. Well, we don't have best attacks here. I think the squash here. Now if they are to kill Inga, we're going to draw a bunch of cards. Oh dang, they're already down pretty low. Seize this foil. Powerful. Opponent searching for greatness. Some are born great. Some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. as the immortal bard once said ironically. Read the context. That last game was our fail case Bergstrider. Okay, so this is not great. I mean, we do have a 1 and 2 drop though. Scry 2 should help us get to our splashes or something. I'm gonna keep it against this diamond player. I think we can afford to lose cards. There. Good response there. So let's scry. Okay, well, we kind of need both of those to hit Ascent of the Worthy. Guess we'll take both of them. We're not going to be revealing any giants. They're going to take some hits from Finn. Call it the SAGA. We're just going to take some more hits here. Could double up on Finn. Just coming in with the Horizon Seeker? No. Oh, no blocks. We're going to need to get some removal at some point. Hate to let them boast. Oh, Burning Rune. Interesting. A little bit late pick. Okay, so what we can really do is get down the Scorn Effigy. Opponents unlocked their snow-covered swamp here. They will eventually get the Not-Vold Slumber Mound, it looks like. They can get red. Gonna play another one? Opponent's thinking hard. Pulling out another Snowland, probably. Yep. Hit us hard with that Not-Vold Slumber Mound. We're gonna get rid of our white source. See their plan. I see their plan forming. Dragonkin Berserker, yikes. It's a yikes for me, dog. Okay, so we can actually cast Burning Rune Demon. So we'll beat their 5/5 dragon. Okay. Do we need to beat them? Our own Death Toucher, maybe? Or do we just take 2 lands? We do want to end up with a creature in the graveyard, so we should take 2 creatures. Bergstrider. Something we'd want other than Vargoth. Be a squash. Do we chump with the pup at this point? Can we run the risk of somehow they get the Fangbearer through another time? Guess they could have a pump spell. But with the swash in the worst case scenario. We're probably just gonna make a 5/5 dragon. On it thinking hard. Demon Bolt, okay. Keep the Berserker around. Smart. Path to the World Tree. Oh, they didn't make a dragon. That is surprising. Fish fellow. See their plan shaping up. My play here. I think I want to get some ground blockers that can take on pup with a pick. think we have to hold Burning Rune back one more turn here. Massacre is interesting. Let this double spell next turn. Spell this Corn Effigy. We must block Finn. We've basically got 3 must remove creatures. We've only got 2 kill spells here. It's hard to race because we're a bit stuck on lands here, and they're going to stick us more on lands. Why they're not cashing in the Dragonkin Berserker. They're hoping to remove the Burning Rune Dragon. One is thinking a long time. Bella needs 8, so if they pop that Slumber Mound, they are not going to have. Okay, it's got another poison. Okay. Well, we could give them the pop and take their Bella. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 6 so far, so we'll wait until they're close to popping off with Svella. Maybe do that. Right now, I think we just Blood Sky Massacre. Dayless Liberator. Getting in. They get a land. It did. Okay. They can pop off with Svella. What do they get? In a pot. Till they pop. Along with the library storytime video. Oh, Path to the World Tree, okay. Trade that out. We can't heist and do anything else. Heisting away Svella is probably okay. Actually lets them attack with the pup. Try to squash Svella. We're like 1 mana away. Oh. Also, Ascent of the Worthy. We can't do that, and Vargoth. Yeah, let's just take Svella. Up a pick. They can come in, they can do 5 damage. We kill the Berserker. They make a 5/5. Pretty good turn for them. Plus they have 6 cards in hand right now. May have been correct just to get creatures on the board, because if they tapped out for Svella, then they don't do anything else. That's like 1. They can only single spell. Opponent using all their time. A lot of permutations. We're going to gain 3 life eventually. Guess we could trade the pick for the Manolith. We just need a lot of mana. Super fan of that. So what are we worried about? Get 2 creatures on the board here. Well, they just gave up. I guess they had nothing in that giant hand. That was a weird point to concede. Maybe opponent had to go eat dinner. Or breakfast. They were Japanese. What was their name? Oh, getting some gems. I like it. Pause for the next game. Playing some Rainbow Sagas without green. That's green Rainbow Sagas. Ooh. Opponent goes first. Okay, can you pick it? I'm gonna keep this. Think. Could just get run over if they're a fast deck. They are low ranked, but they obviously are playing us, so their deck is pretty fast. Why I played the black mana there first, I'm not sure. Red and blue are my more important colors. I'm a madman. Giving up on this game before it even starts. Arachnoform. Ooh. Bank us out here. We can literally not deal with that for another 3 turns. We play Inga and equip the Goldvein pick, but we're going to take some hits. Take like 12 damage off this Jasper Sentinel. Okay. Take that even more. Well, in retrospect, we should have mulliganed that hand. I think opponent is lower ranked, but a good player. We just built a black-green aggro deck here. They probably play on Magic Online and are like, oh, I'll go to Mythic. Draugur's Helm. Sure, why not? Yeah. Okay, well they took a turn off there. That's our opening. Our reprieve. Really could have, if we were going to draw all these land, we really could have drawn one of our snowlands. Okay, depart the realm we need. Yes, a snowland. The Bergstrider can come down and tap. But, oh yeah, we needed to play Master Skull too, so yeah, next turn we'll up and depart the realm. Whip. He doesn't die first here. Can't block the 4/4. Raven Wings. No. I'm not going to be able to block. Well, we couldn't block that anyway. I'm not sure the opponent has read all their cards. Huh. I think I need to save the damage. I think we're just dead though. Pup. Pick. Turn. Dogged Pursuit. Okay, opponent's just beating us with the jank cards nobody wants to play. Bounce that. I don't think it makes much sense to block the Sentinel here. We are pretty much just DOA. Did I spend snow? Yeah. They can just equip up Sentinel. We had a very slow start. Even if I double block on it, I can't kill it. Oh wait. Opponent has made a critical mistake. That's an opening. We still die here though. Need a squash. And do we have anything that helps us deal with this flyer? Guess Trickster God's Heist. Now the Draugr Helm gives Menace. Let's see if opponent has figured that out. Oh, well they have Dogged Pursuit, so. Easy come, easy go. Everyone, let's see if we can do the janking to death this time. Ouch. We do have the Raider to sift for another land. I'm gonna keep it. This looks like it could be another fast one. Yeah, Battlefield Raptor. Oof. Hey, well look, we do something. Doesn't deal with the Raptor though. We're far away from Ascend of the Worthy, so I guess we're equally far away from both of those. But really need to get that land. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Ooh. Wrecked by the shuffler, everyone. Opponent must just be chuckling to themselves. Obviously, Pup with Pick shuts down Story Seeker. They somehow pump up Story Seeker, we'll want Image Storm Raider around. Hate to let it go past though, so if they give us the chance to trade off, I think we'll just take it. Worthy, of course not. Huh. Go get that treasure. See, the wrong one. Oops. Why don't you do that the other way around? Gotta take another hit here. That's interesting. If they want to trade the Raptor, they probably do at this point to keep us off the mana. No, they do not. Okay. We need to get Mistwalker down here as a priority. Move this over. Cast one Mistwalker. Turn. Guess we could have put the pick on Mistwalker by like taking out the Story Seeker here. Ugh, the worst draws for us. The pup. Pup can't even block, so we'll attack with it. much as it pains me, I think we're going to move this over so we can stop one of those guys. What does opponent have foretold? Could be the pump spell. The green pump spell. Could be the Doom Blade. Up. You can start what? Go down to dinner. Okay. Well, this might be the pump spell. But better they use it here. Tell this. Nothing else changes. We'll get a free spell here next turn. About to draw lands one day. Oh, it really was a bad keep, I guess. I don't know how we beat opponent with the triple raptor draw. We did get 2 Mistwalkers down. Whatever they foretold probably costs... It's a Warhorn Blast. They're just waiting for that last mana. Then they've got us. It seemed like they were considering with the Fearless Pup what to do. They don't want to give us the treasure this time. But we did get rid of one of their creatures. That's good. They could have the board wipe, I guess? This could be a Doomscar? Seems like opponent has some kind of fast thing. The Varigoft is interesting because they can triple block. Okay, well if they have the pump spell here, that's just game over. I don't know why they didn't use it earlier. A land on top, obviously. Better than Master Scalding. I could back Ascent of Worthy. A little distant from casting it. Should have gotten a snow land. Now we actually have a Mistwalker pump held up too. You're wondering why I didn't boast with the pup. My wife wants to know why I'm not at dinner yet. Oh, okay. Pump on that Mistwalker. Take damage. Damage. Oops. Oh, I forgot to move over the thing. There's that black white snow lamp. Move this thing. We screwed that up. We should have posted with the pup. Well, I guess we got one pump here. Mistwalker. Poor opponent, no land still? They're just running like 10 lands? Okay, Finn the Fangbearer is quite annoying. That over. Really double boast here. Can't believe opponent hasn't drawn another land. Are they just not? What is their deck? Or the villager, right? They're like black and they didn't get it. Okay, Snakeskin Veils. They're the Snakeskin Veil deck. I still have 5 mana, so they can block 1, 2, 3. I get through 4, 3, 4. This lethal. They block 1, 2, 3. 5, 7. Guess I get wrecked if they're foretold the axe, iron axe. That would have been a long time for them to not use it. We're gonna go down to dinner. This game is gonna end for data very soon, one way or another here. Hey, you got about 30 seconds to play around. A weird block for opponent. Really worried about the Scorn effigy? I think it gotcha. Whew. All right. Sneaking in a game here real quick. Main color and not much else. Going first. We try to sift for blue mana. Now what are we sifting for? Black mana? White, blue. Feel like attacking in. Stampede. Our play is clearly Blood Sky Massacre here. The only question is whether we attack with Mistwalker. Might just have to let them get a big attack here. Cards. Have the iron price. Oh, we kind of traded that guy off for a card, but okay. Just double spell here. Have Iron Verdict. Getting some serious value. We do not need those lands. Hammer. Got white, blue, and frustrating. Okay. They've wiped our whole board here. I think we're just going to play the hammer as much as I'd like to sift away a land here. Give us the option to block, huh? Chariot. Yeah, Mistwalker is... this. Sift the mountain. Deal with that 4/4. We have it. Bring back okay. Bunch of sagas. If we get a way to play it. Question. We don't have anything huge to bring back with the Port of Carful, right? Yes, but we could mill. Got the man, right? We can do this at instant speed. On the other hand, I think this will affect. Best play here. Yeah. God's Heist. Might want that. At least the spoils will let us cast the Master's. Keep that. Give him the Bloodsire that's bound in gold. Seems pretty good. They didn't feel like attacking last turn, so. Gold Maw. So if we were to move the hammer over to Inga, they have to block with at least 2 creatures on it. They power up the chariot. But then I can't play Trickster God's Heist. I don't get the best creatures. There, I kind of want to keep the Scorn Effigy back though. Take the Gold Maw. Power up the chariot with it. They didn't. Okay. Well, that was a misplay by opponent. Hydro. Rough. Could have used one more turn there. Hammer that they can't equip. Chariot, yeah. Play this. These me from spoils. Well, we have the pick now. Do we do the Ascent of the Worthy thing? Bring back the Scorn effigy. The creatures in our graveyard with a Mistwalk. Style. Right. Colorless to equip. Whoops. Yeah, I'm just trying to sneak in a quick game here. I think I just screwed up big time though here. I gotta concentrate. Alright. Okay. It'll be hard to race. Play the Bergstrider. Power up the Chariot. Pick. Walk. You can crack back for 5, 9, 10. 5. Possibly should have all attacked there. And an Ingo. They died a Mistwalker next turn. Oh, right, but they gained a bunch of life. Yeah, we in trouble. Huh. We can depart the realm on the hammer. Ice High Troll can only hit for 4. Can we play the hammer? We can't play the hammer. We can equip it though. Do have a 5/1. Birdie Strider. Ooh. I think I misplayed several times in there, but we got the victory. Not bad for stealing a quick game here. We are 5-1 with this deck. Keep it rolling. Against Sir Grey, Knight of Northumberland. 3 colors. Got some stuff to do. It. That for now. If the pupper's that much better. Might seize that too, depending on what our opponent plays. Huh. You can slap a pick on this. Gets us to squash next turn. It's in red. But also pretty much kill this. Also just get down the pup here. Don't get a squash next turn. We're going to take some hits from this Raven. That is a tapped land. If they want to bolt this. Thinking about it. Okay. I'm gonna bounce it back to our hand. That's fine. Huh. We could still double. Take the Raven. No shortage of land. Berg Strider. They get a tap? Where's their snow? Where's their snow? Huh. I get it. It's just a temporary tap. That out. They keep attacking, we can start tutoring stuff to the top of our deck. And good to bring back. Okay, they did have a Demon Bolt. They always do. Look at what we got coming up. Try not to get any more lands that we need. That extra black would let us pop off the Port of Carfell. Shimmersturm. Let us sift out the red. Or we could just scry for something that will the game. It's just the five Raven. Okay. Find that squash. The Ascendant Spirit is bad for opponent. This can block one of the Ravens. It's over 2. Pop this turn. Become a 2/3. Hey, is that some kind of pump spell? Of the and we do 8 damage here. Mistwalker can pump twice, plus get the gold vein pick. Actually 3 times, right? The treasure. Well, let's see if opponent's got a instant speed spell. I think we're just done for. Digging. Where are they going to find it? If they're scry 2, they've bottom 2. They find what they were looking for. Next 2 blockers. Think hard, Sir Gary. Think hard. Interesting. We will pump that. Pump that. Pump this again. Got him. It did not take into account the crackback, I guess. Ooh, that one got my heart rate up. 6 and 1. Ooh. Invasion of the Giants, no way to cast it reasonably, but we can get Blood Sky Massacre on curve, so we'll try it. Play the mountain first, obviously, because if we draw a island, we not play that. Egar. Yikes. Okay. Really need to get some blue mana. This is a better block for Agar. It may just eat their removal, however. I'll have to see. Okay. Got all the colors. Against at least a 4-color pile, I guess. Hey, look at that. Right on time. However, I think I'd rather get this rolling. Check on it. 3/4 menace is no joke. Snow joke. Oh, they got all 5 colors. They're gonna pop that world tree. Looking to pop that world tree. Huh. So they could double block on Menace Guy, but we're gonna draw a card. Let's draw a card. And Inga. Alright, OP. Second black in the Burning Rune Demon. Possibly Ascent of the Worthy. I don't think we need Ascent of the Worthy. We keep not playing that card. Now our deck's kind of built around it. expect opponent to start dropping 6/6. Oh, drop more Path to the World Trees. Packmate, okay. Yeah, I can see why opponent is matched up with us at 6-1. Glimpse the Cosmos, sure. Just took all the fixing and all the value cards. Back. Could have also tapped down the Packmate. Okay, they're going to do that. Oh, this means we can't play any of our other blue cards, though. I didn't think that quite through. Do I have a play? I do. Seekers, okay. Low value. Well, they do get the Cosmos value out of it. Next turn, we're going to Burning Rune. Have Counterspell mana, that's good to see. Would I trade Inga for Finn? Guess it doesn't really matter. Take the Cinderheart Giant and wash. No blocks for now. Oh, we get the hammer. Oh, we can't quite play this and hammer, huh? We'll scry for some land. Up. A good top deck for opponent. Maybe they've just been sitting on that the whole time. Deal a giant card. I have that one. Not a shocker to you. Still stuck on blue. I really need more blue. Play the hammer. That's But they'll just pop the world tree on it. Alright. So it's Inga equip, huh? Try some lands. Geez. Did I get a blue source that's untapped? I guess I'll take the red though. Cinderheart Giant. Cinderheart Giant's gonna be 2 mana discount too. Ooh, getting outvalued here. Opponent taking us to Value Town. That for now. Village rights. They wide on us. They crazy wide on us. Cinderheart Giant. We don't have enough to cast that and the Mistwalker. Don't have any snow. I think we need to get as wide as possible. I don't know why they're looting. They've got us here. They've 100% got us. They just pop that other world tree, kill the Dwarven Hammer, and back all. Stuck on blue mana. Opponent had all the power cards. Muka. Game will determine whether we can max all our wins or not. Opponent's going first. Never good to see. We do have a Mistwalker, so we can get that other land. Walker. Sire can hopefully get us back into it. See if they are a 5-color good stuff deck or an aggro deck. Those seem to be the decks at the top here. Put us as a 5-color good stuff deck that just happens to be missing green. It's very hard to be, actually. Opponent's thinking hard about their hand. I mulligan. Took 1 mulligan. We're gonna risky keep. Up that we can't play island. Okay, you're on the board. Tough decision. Put down the pick. I Mistwalker next turn. We can't even equip the pick next turn. Pup doesn't block. But we can get in a free attack with it. We can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause we can get in a free attack with it. 'Cause Mistwalker should do good work against their spirits. Okay. Esper double spell. Finding the monster. Would we rather get down the Blood Sky Sire? That has menace? Oh, it just gains menace. To give it menace, there's nothing we can do, so take 5 though. We'll try and trade. Keep drawing lands. Opponent's aggro and multicolor good stuff. Need some lands to stabilize. Got to stabilize it. Blue? Okay. Did not want to trade. Good sign for us. Get a Mistwalker down. Gonna bounce. Suppose I could have attacked in there and tutored a land up to the top of my library. Been a risky play. And not a land. Or not a land. Doesn't do a great deal for it. Blood Sky Sire is holding stuff back though. Gotta get opponent's removal out of their hand. And draw some lands. Askwood Nexus. Interesting. They have to name something? No, they don't have to anything. Alright, Scrimey River here. That I mean lands. I do have a giant. Turn, yeah. And after that I could squash and main pick. I'm more worried about their Clarion Spirit. Blood Sky Berserker. Card. Up squash, I guess. Maybe Trickster God. Maybe it's turn to Trickster God. Counterspell? That's thinking hard. On untapped land next turn, we can Berg Strider and Squash. Ink Bug. Desk. Can't crush them. Go hard. Is it my turn yet? Our Oracle, okay. Go flush this bug. Okay. Triggers. Doesn't matter the order. Would I exchange? Guess we could have gotten an artifact and taken their Nexus. But we drew a land. So we can Berg Strider Squash. We tap down. Shapeshifter. Squash the Oracle. And then in with Berserker. Crack back on it. Maybe just the Berserker. I have good looks on that. You need to raise them quite a bit because of this Max Squid Nexus. Might be the first time I've seen that played, maybe the second time. Okay. Get down hammer. Not equip it to anything. Or I can get down pick, equip it, and play the Scorn Effigy. Play. on you. Oh, you don't have a good block on that either. Any reason to leave back the blood? Guy's sire. They could double block on it, then they're taking, then they die. They can't double block on it. We could have Warhorn Blast, crack us back for 6. 9. 10. 14, exactly. But they have to block here, so they have to lose at least one creature. I guess they can make a creature with the Nexus, yeah. Forgot about that. Oops. Oh, I thought I could divide the damage there. Yeah, I did. Okay. Good. It auto did it. Death touch, baby. 1 damage is lethal. We've been good with the hammer on it. Bergrid's Lantern, okay. Sacrifice a permanent. Thank you very much. Easy. Good game. Woo! Sagas. Sagas. Never popped off Ascent of the Worthy despite having 2 in the deck. Although we did not really have an easy mana base for it. It didn't matter. Got to the max wins. Saga's a go-go. Oh. Guess I should have brought the deck up there. But anyways, here, I'll bring up my ugly mug here. Oh, no. Never mind, the camera's not working. Well, I think you saw me earlier in this video. Thanks for joining me here in the attic. I think if we changed this around, we probably wouldn't even play white. Probably could have fit in a couple more easier playables. But anyways, it didn't matter because we got to 7 wins. The hashtag for this one is Sagas a go-go. Hashtag Sagas a go-go if you watch this far. Thanks for joining me here in the attic. And remember, Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.